When John and Chantal tried to charge their electric car, council threatened to charge them. The couple facing a fine because, like a lot of Australians, they don't have a driveway.
It's not easy being green.
It's illegal for me to charge my car. That seems crazy.
Just ask John and Chantal.
This is a letter. What's it saying?
In a nutshell, it's saying that next time I do it, I'll be charged $330.
They were forced to MacGyver a charging system for their clean green Tesla because they have no off-street parking.
We were laying the cable across the footpath. We were then covering the cable with a trip hazard protector.
Problem solved until the North Sydney Council got involved and gave John and Chantal's setup a red light, labelling it unsafe.
We got a letter from council threatening us a $300 fine if we continued to do that.
I do not understand what or how we can cause a risk to pedestrians when the cables are covered with what is an approved safety device.
Now, suddenly, their car is much more expensive to run than what they bargained for.
If I'm able to charge the car during the day, it's free because I can use my solar panels. If I charge it at night, it's costing me under $5 to charge fully. But if I go to a commercial installation, it can cost me $60.
And then we're going to have to rely on the charging in the area, which are not easy to find.
John says support for drivers of electric cars is stalling.
I think it's an impediment to the take-up of electric vehicles. And we're in a climate emergency. Everything we can do to make it easier to take up electric vehicles should be considered.
Until there are more charging stations, John wants a permit system to greenlight people who can prove their setup is safe.
And if it's acceptable, issue us with a permit, which then gives council protection and gives us protection.
We even took a little test of our own.
Pretty safe to me.
John understands the council is in a difficult position.
Councils are being sued all the time in relation to public liability. I'm a ratepayer in North Sydney Council. I don't want my rates to go any higher than they are because council has to pay legal expenses.
The North Sydney Council didn't address John and Chantal's circumstance. It said it's working to develop an evidence-based approach to electric vehicle policy, but didn't explain what that is. In Melbourne, private trials have been rolled out. This is City of Port Phillip's curbside electric vehicle charger program. After a positive response, it's been extended. These stations will stay an extra 4 years.
Every council in Sydney should be trying new things.
The uptake of electric cars is rising exponentially with every passing year, and we do not have the infrastructure to support them. Unfortunately, if you don't have an off-street car park in Australia, it's really tricky to charge your electric car.
Susanna Guthrie is the consumer editor at drive.com.au.
This is not the first time we've seen extension cables running across footpaths. We've seen them wrapped around trees, on nature strips. People are trying to find solutions and do the right thing, and they're getting desperate because it is really hard to use public charging infrastructure regularly, and this is the next best thing because councils aren't coming to the table.
There are 2,000 public chargers for the 180,000 electric vehicles in Australia.
In the UK, they're using existing infrastructure like lamp poles and power poles and putting chargers in there. There's around 8,000 of those in London, in fact.
The New South Wales state government is rolling out almost 700 more public charging stations. Until then, John and Chantal worry the plug is being pulled on their electric dreams.